I'd run ultra marathons. That I think was the start of where On My Feet came from. I run ultra marathons for a few reasons, but mainly because running makes me feel great. Now, you run a long way when training for an ultra. So I'd often see homeless people and I'd wonder, if I can feel this great from running, why couldn't they? And the truth is they can. They just needed running shoes. So I visited shelters, I ate breakfast with them, and I asked them to come running with me. And then you can imagine the response. So I told them, running is pure, it's simple, it makes you feel great. I'll provide them with the gear, and if they made the effort, I would reward them with pathways to education and employment. I would offer them a hand up and not a hand out. So I made it clear that they mustn't be asking me for food, clothes, or shelter. I offered them something better than that: self-worth, a sense of purpose, and a pathway to self-sufficiency. But there was one catch. They needed to sign a contract that says that they'll treat everyone with respect and they would participate with a positive attitude. Excited, they turned up and I provided them and all of our volunteers with the same new running gear and said, look around, there's no homelessness here. Today, we're all runners. Now, almost 2 years on, with the involvement of many great people whose support has truly humbled me, On My Feet has become more than running. A former West Australian of the Year spent a day as a homeless person, and he said within 10 minutes he lost all self-worth. You can imagine what months or years feels like. They've lost hope, they feel isolated and useless. But to me, running has the power to change that. A sense of purpose through goal races, self-worth through new tops with logos recognising distance run and self-sufficiency by introducing them to potential employers and education programs when they achieve 90% attendance. Why? Because 90% requires determination, discipline, perseverance, commitment, and a positive attitude. And these are the ingredients for success in life. In my professional career as a businessman, I employ staff across 3 countries, and hiring on attitude and attributes, then training skills, results in far better outcomes than hiring on skills and trying to change attitude. So, for On My Feet, I asked employers if they would agree to reward those achieving 90% attendance with work experience, with no strings attached, and if impressed, whether they would look to offer them a job. They said yes. We have had many now that have gone on to employment or have gone on to education courses. Dozens have taken part in fun runs, and just last weekend, 2 completed the Melbourne Marathon, which was a tremendous achievement. Now, running is a great metaphor for life. You get out of it what you put in. And in terms of the participants that we've had, who now are in excess of 100, they've run further than the distance from Perth to Sydney, which is from the west coast all the way to the east, and they're on their way back. They are now leaders within their community, shining examples of what is possible. The shelters tell us dozens are benefiting from improved physical and mental well-being, less drinking, less drug taking, less antisocial behaviour, less crime to feed addictions, less reliance on social welfare, extended life expectancy, happier families, and stronger communities. Every bird without a nest costs $45,000 per annum, and for $200 we change that. No investment manager delivers that return on investment. If they did, you'd give them your life savings. But forget your life savings for a moment. On My Feet is about saving their lives.
Keegan Craig, founder of On My Feet. Well, with us too is Ian Brown, who's gone through the On My Feet programme and joins us from Perth. And I should say, Ian, fresh from the Melbourne Marathon. How fresh are you?
Feeling a lot better now. Now I've had almost a week to recover. At the time, though, feeling very sore, very secondhand. With the training, it's just been day in, day out, slogging, and Kyle, who run the marathon with me, and our 2 volunteers, they were just fantastic, giving us all of their time and all their experience that they have, and it sort of got me to where I am now, and now I can look forward at what my next challenge is, whether it be another marathon or just pounding the kilometres out. It's all going to be good.
But it hasn't always been good, has it, Ian?
I'd gone through a traffic accident, a marriage breakdown, a stepfather-in-law dying of terminal cancer, and just one thing and another. And everything sort of stepped on top of me. And then when I had the truck accident, I just didn't know where to go and what to do. And not knowing how to ask for help, it was really daunting. And hence the attempted suicide several times. And I look back on it now and I think, did I really do that? It just seems so far now from then to now, and it's just, you've got to put one step at a time, and it's really hard for some people to actually admit that they have a problem, and I was one of those. And then when I finally sought help, it put me on the way to the pursuit of finding happiness again. And it's taken quite a while, but now if I take a session off from running, I feel upset. I feel like I'm cheating myself.
Have you found that happiness that you were looking for?
Yeah, I'm still looking for it. Looking for permanent employment. I've got some casual work at the moment with a community group that we go and pick up food that's going to be thrown out into organic waste at some of the supermarkets, and we take it back to the warehouse, and we have volunteers come in and sort through it, and we go ahead then and distribute it between all the different agencies of which I'm a member of. So what I do of a daytime now, I actually get back of a nighttime, because the food is done full circle and coming back to me now. So I don't have to worry about a permanent home now, because I've got a more permanent way of looking at it, at the accommodation I have. And the job, it'll come when it's time. I've just got to play day by day and see how we go.
Do you think that you'll get to the point, and do you want to be at the point where you're off the streets completely?
Yeah, I have like a bed-sit apartment, but I'm still living with people in the homeless community, although I have my own small apartment. But I'd like to be out in public housing where I can have a dog and things like that, and go to doing gardening and that. But it's a little way off yet. When I get back into, hopefully, some full-time employment soon, then it'll be good. But day by day, I'm feeling better and better, and all I can do is pray that I'll get there. I'm 57 now, didn't start running till I was 56, and the last year has just been so good. It's been really good with the people we associate with the group.